The biggest, blackest?
I'll tweet out the
Of,
link.
of the dicks.
Yes.
Of the dicks, I'm the biggest, blackest dick. Ladies. That's my coworker's birthday today.
Happy birthday, coworker.
Send him a...
From all of Mupex.
From all of the Muppets.
It's almost like you're saying Muppets.
Exactly. That's what makes it great.
From your pal Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. That's their anime stage names. Miss Piggy. That's their anime names.
Gregory Blaney hyphen senpai.
So, Greg would be the trash can one. That's
Animal.
Or is he talking about Oscar?
Whichever. I tweeted out a picture of the iOS game Notice Me Senpai, which I don't know if you guys are on that bandwagon, but it's pretty fucking beautiful.
I heard you talk about it. I played the cat one. That's like
okay,
that.
yeah, it's like
a little
the cat
bit.
one.
And I got bored because I'm like, I love cats, but I'm not going to keep opening.
You're not into cute anime boys?
I'd rather play the cat one.
Oh my god.
What the fuck are you guys on about?
Nerd Senpai is inviting me to the rooftop. I tweeted out a picture of my senpais just hanging out in my cafe, and I tweeted a response to that tweet saying, best game, best game.
Is this going to be Game of the Year, Alex Edition?
Someone tweeted at me saying, this equals greater than Titanfall.
Is it really fair to put a title when we haven't even started?
Yes, it is.
Best game, Notice Me Senpai.
Oh my god.
Oh
It'll
my
be
god.
a title that isn't even on the show.
Exactly. You have to listen to it live.
Oh my god.
You have to be there. And somebody has to do the titles. Just like somebody has to do the next time. Malicious Underground X thing. Right,
Next
Nep?
time.
So, really, all it's gonna be is how does Greg die this episode?
That's good.
And still is dead in the next one.
Yeah. That's really all it's gonna be.
Well, then I wish I watched the anime that I haven't started yet, which is the next one I was talking about. Go 13. You could have been snipered.
Oh my god, that was adorable. Oh my god, guys.
Sniped. What did you get?
Easy-chan just confessed his love to me.
Oh, you gonna date him?
I don't know if I can.
I
think
guess he's very easy.
Wow! Fucking sick bird! I can call him Zumi now. As opposed to Izumi Senpai, I can call him Zumi. That's pretty adorable. Guys, I really like Notice Me Senpai. Let's just talk about anime, okay?
Wait, hold on. No. Let's talk about
So,
Senpai.
two out of the three of us are on our phones playing a game.
I'm
No.
done. I'm
I'm not on the phone. It's right here.
Hands on the table, all right?
I'm not done.
Hands up. Hands up.
Yeah,
So-
I wish I could see Nep's hands. How about you turn on the camera? I know you got one. Yep, come on. Come on, baby. Baby, just do it for me.
Just real quick.
Just real
Wow.
quick. Notice me, Nep Senpai. Alright. How does this show work? Let me just look at the Google Doc. It's all in there. I got this, guys. I'm all warm now. Should I address the fact that we're recording the December episode in February? But
Oh, don't worry. We'll probably say it 100 times.
gotcha.
So, we're recording in December. It's perfectly planned and in time.
So are we?
I am eating. I'm drinking eggnog and sitting under the mistletoe right now.
Kissing himself.
If you want to turn on that camera, I'll come under that mistletoe with you.
Oh my god.
I'm bribing you with all the hot kissies. That's
I
like
got
that's an anime move right there. I feel like this is in the spirit of this show.
Hoping this works.
So we're gonna start with the school live conversation,
Yes.
and then we'll go into anime of the year. We won't talk about anime regularly
Yep,
We'll finish that show, then we'll go to the next show. Where
Yep.
we'll only talk about anime regularly.
that was my executive decision
I
because
like it.
having a 3-part show talk about the anime we watched as
Oh
well
my
as all
God.
this, that'd be like a 10-hour show. No joke.
Okay, I like it.
So
All right, let's do this.
I like
Hello, Internet. You are listening to Malicious Underground Podcast X, episode 32. I'm Alex O'Neill, once again filling in for your now deceased Gregory Blaney. Not really, but he's somewhere. And with me, I have Justin Graffius.
I don't know why, but it feels like February in this December podcast.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know why either. It's nice and warm out.
And we are also joined by the beautiful, if I could see his face, I would know for sure, Mr. Nep.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is December. I am making a snowman right now.
Well,
Mr.
I
Nep
could
has
make some
figured
snow.
out how to wear a microphone headset and roll up snowballs at the same time. He's got it on lock.
Well, he is Nepsifer,
He is the Nepsifer.
Lord of all evil.
To be fair, and I'm only just predicting this because we are in December, but it does snow way more in January than it does in December.
Yeah, I predict in January we're gonna get like 3 feet of snow.
Yeah, 3 feet of snow in like a day.
Yep, only in a day, and that's gonna stop and be sunny and nice and warm out. Yep, I feel that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I should
I
be
don't
a
want to call you
weatherman.
Nostradamus, Justin, but I have a feeling your prediction is going to be all right.
All right, if that's the case, why are we doing this live? I don't want to be bugged by everybody saying what's gonna happen in their lives. I can't deal with that kind of stress.
Can we? All right, we have to mark a definitive line in the sand. Have we like taken this over? Is Greg no longer leader senpai? Is he dead to us? I'm gonna keep saying senpai throughout this whole episode to make people think I'm a total weeb.
Well, you are the biggest
yeah.
of us all.
I am the biggest weeboo that has ever done lived. Yeah, Greg. This is like his third consecutive show not on. I guess we recorded
Was it?
2 together.
Oh yeah, me and Nep destroyed the podcast
Mhm.
in November.
Mhm.
So yes.
So, Greg, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, he moved to Florida, and he's like, "This is an excuse for everything."
It's so warm, I can't handle it.
I had to pack up my whole life and move it 1,400 miles south. Like, guys, come on, give me a break. He seems to be having a good time down there. I see these pictures of him like with his family, like on the beach and shit. I'm like, man, it is December. What the fuck are you doing? But
Making us jealous. That's what.
I like the snow. I like the cold, and so I'm not even jealous. I ain't even jelly. I mean, Nep's from Texas, right? He's always on fire as far as I'm concerned.
And apparently he's trying to build snowmans. Like that's.
Yeah.
Do you even know what a snowman is, Nep?
We're over here, like 60 degrees. It's really cold.
Jesus Christ.
So the answer is no.
That's shorts weather, man.
Nep, honest question. Have you ever seen snow in your life?
Yeah,
Okay. You've
Okay.
been to places that have snow.
it snowed here before.
Okay.
What?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Well, I
Just
can
like
tell you,
right now, because there's this snowman that's getting his face made right now.
And Santa is coming, right?
yeah, I'm gonna put
You know
in
what you're gonna get for Christmas, Nep?
the big orange carrot for his nose, you know. Little piece of coal for the eyes. Put a little hat on him. He'll become real, and then he beats you to death. So he ends up Frosty the Snowman's a tragedy.
Just takes his nose off and stabs you with
Yeah,
it.
just starts hating you. Just fucking the ice is turning into like a sharp instrument. Yeah, Greg is somewhere. You know, he hasn't been editing the shows, so basically we're gonna have to figure that out too. But he'll be back soon. We're working on making a schedule. I don't want to say it here just yet, in case like it all falls apart.
Hopefully. Because in January we might figure it out.
Yeah, in January I think we'll know what we're doing. And if you're watching this live,
This is the
don't
best.
fucking tell. Who are you to spill these secrets?
You one person out there. Don't you dare.
Yeah, you're a loyal motherfucker, but we don't trust you.
But we really love you.
So we're gonna play some catch up. We're gonna record 2 episodes back to back, and we are going to do this one a little bit differently. Justin has made some executive decisions that I agree with, as this
For the
is his
anime.
podcast now, as we all know.
Yep, it's mine. I'm being super serial.
So we're gonna open up with the anime of the month discussion, which is School Live, which, surprise, I haven't watched. Winky face.
What?
But the 2 of you, I assume, have, or otherwise we wouldn't be here.
True.
And then we're gonna talk about our favorite anime from the whole year that we watched, because we did a whole podcast for a year together. So let's talk about that. So, Justin, you want to give us a little information? Was this Greg's pick also?
No.
No, this was mine.
Okay, then Neff, you want to give us a little bit of information on this show?
I kind of wish that you could have seen it, or at least even afterwards you watch it, because this is like something I always kind of figured would be up your alley.
I've heard specifically, not just from you guys, but like Tony and a couple other people as well, that School Live would be something that I would enjoy a lot. I have like a separate Google Doc of like 8 animes that I want to watch, and this is one of the 8 before you guys recommended it on here. So it is something I want to watch. I didn't even know this was December's show.
I was going to tell you, but with just having like 2 days to watch it, I was like, I'm not going to tell you to watch it. At least try to watch the movie. But
yeah, I was neck deep in Game of the Year when those emails were going out, and I like knew I wasn't going to be on if we recorded in December. But here we are, 2 months later. So
no, it's December, Alex.
I mean, here we are at the end of December, and I'm still neck deep in Game of the Year stuff, and I want to be dead. That's how.
Yeah,
I
you don't even want to do this anymore. You want to get out of here so you can continue doing it.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead. Give us a rundown.
Basically, it's School Live. You might also find it under the Japanese name Gakko Gurashi, but either one, for search results reasons. But it's licensed by Sentai Filmworks. It's streamed at Crunchyroll and I believe anywhere else Sentai does their stuff at. I'm not sure yet, because at the moment, at this time of this recording, it's actually not released. It's just on pre-order right now. Mm-hmm. So it's just available through streams, but not physical yet.
So pre-order it, so you can get it.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat show. Basically, it's one of those where the less you know, the more enjoyable it's gonna be.
Should I just take off my headphones for this part?
If you're actually committed to watching it.
Yeah, I am actually, and I don't want you guys to hold back. So you can here, Justin. This is what you do. You can just you tap your head when you're done spoiling stuff, or you can just start screaming. I'll just have my headphones around.
Well, I can use the little chat thing right here.
Yeah, that's right. There's a chat.
No, I'm gonna do the sign.
You can do that too, or you can just chat in. All right, you guys go spoiler notes. I'll just type in. I'm gonna type in "butt" in the chat real quick. Okay. You guys go nuts. I'll be right here.
All right, go ahead, Note.
Okay, so yeah, basically, School Live is basically a show that focuses on the lives of 4 girls who decided to stay over at school. Yuki, Takeya, Kurumi Ebisuzawa, Yuri Wakasa, and Miki Naoki, along with the school advisor Megumi Sakura. They suddenly find themselves to be the final survivors of a zombie attack and continue to live and survive at the school. That's a synopsis level explanation of it. A more layman's terms is basically it makes you think it's a normal everyday school of life show, and then zombies.
Well, the reason for that, and that's why the spoilers thing comes in, is because that whole first episode is from Yuki's point of view and what she thinks and sees, because she does not see it as a zombie apocalypse. which is really, really messed up and crazy. And they still go on that through the whole show, but they don't show it from her point of view that much. Um, yeah, I watched this when it first came out because I was curious. I had no idea. I mean, I knew it was going to be a zombie apocalypse, but when it was first started, I was just like, is this a zombie apocalypse going to start at the end? And then when it hits you that she's just seen this stuff, and that she's already in the zombie apocalypse, it hits you. So even knowing that it's a zombie apocalypse anime, the ending will still hit you of what actually um, is going on.
Yeah, like that first episode is like a really just good start. Like it starts out really strong and like it really just like yeah, like you said, like it hits you and it's just a really smart way of doing a first episode because like after that I just immediately went to episode two because like I watched it after it was all released and I was just gonna go watch one episode and then go to sleep and I didn't. I went straight to the second episode. Like it's very attention grabbing. Like
For sure.
like
Um,
I'm glad that I didn't watch it in the first week because like I just went straight to the next episode and I would have it would have been torture if I had to wait for the episodes to actually come out.
yeah, how it hit me was crazy. I wanted more, and having to wait was pretty annoying. Just to see what happened and see what was with that world and kind of what was up with everybody. Uh, what did you think of some of the episodes? Were you confused at all? Because I feel like they were jumping around a lot on what was
Yeah,
happening.
because of it incorporates some of Yuki's point of view, which isn't really the most conclusive or comprehensive of views. Because like just that whole reveal
Because
with
she's not seeing stuff clearly. She's seeing
yeah
stuff like there's no zombies. So when you see her point of view, you're just like, I don't know if this is real anymore.
yeah because it's like it's basically like two different worlds, two different visions of the world all in one episode, and so yeah, it can get confusing for sure, and like a couple of times I'm just well, just like you said, basically, like I was wondering, like, what am I looking at? Like, is this really there? Like, is this what
Is this the
she's
past? Is
like?
this now? Is this something that did happen? Is
Yeah, like, what is reality? Basically, is the biggest thing.
especially when it comes to a certain character.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my God, that. Oh God, cause I did want to also say like me and a friend like we watched it together. We both never saw the episodes. Well, he saw the first three, but then we watched everything past that, which the first three really weren't the big episodes of spoilers. So we were
mhm.
still we were still pretty and fresh, and yeah, we no there was no way to see that coming.
Yeah, the Megumi reveal was insane. Like I did not see that coming at all. Um, with what happened and all that, just because of how some of the episodes were.
Yeah, because
And um, it does those really well. I don't want to spoil the ending, but for God's sakes, please tell me that you cried. I almost cried. I could feel the tears coming. Like that hit me so bad because that character was probably one of the most important characters, in my opinion, anyways, of the
oh my
anime.
God.
And when that happened, I thought that character was going to survive, and uh, no, it doesn't. But it hits you because you weren't expecting that to happen at all, um, as well as the other characters. at first you don't think that they're actually gonna kill off the characters, but some stuff happens which makes you think it might happen and stuff like that. And it's definitely interesting where they go with that. With the one character being well bit.
Yeah, because you got a pretty small cast to begin with, and then stuff happens, and the cast shrinks,
Mm-hmm.
and you got this really concise little story of them trying to basically live a life in school, da, 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 and and trying to be normal and retain what sanity they have, which it's kind of questionable how sane Yuki is. Is she is she just
Yeah,
completely off the deep end, or how much reality can she even perceive?
yeah, and we get that actually at the end too,
Yeah, yeah,
which
pretty
is also
much.
surprising. Um, but even some of the episodes where they go out to the mall was pretty interesting. Like, again, that's where I was confused on when this took place because the character was there in the beginning, but then now they're showing where they got her from. Um,
Yeah, I think it was no, it wasn't
Miki,
Miki,
yeah,
was it?
yeah, Miki and her friend and Tarumaru.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah.
but like that was interesting. Like I love that episode a lot. Like them going through the mall, and just trying to go on a field trip. Like that's what their idea was for Yuki was we're gonna go on a field trip to the mall, and well, zombies everywhere, obviously, kind of thing. So not much a field trip uh,
Oh, well,
that they wanted.
they did get provisions, so that's what's a plus from
Yeah,
their journey.
and it's cool that they actually do stay for the most part in the school. Like that's where most of the setting takes place. And that's a big school. Like there's more to that school than I was expecting.
Yeah, even at near the end where they reveal why that school is so big and uh self-sustaining.
Yeah, and just uh, I don't I don't want to spoil it, but just how it ends was really surprising. Like I'm just like, whoa, like are is this like actually going to be a thing now to get rid of zombies? Um, it was very surprising how that ended. I don't want to spoil that because if people didn't watch it, like Alex looking up at the sky right now, being all weird, um, you can't hear this. It's gonna be great. Maybe you can. But we could probably sum up with just saying that if you like zombie movies or anything like that, this might be a good one to check out because it does take up a different way of telling that story.
Like yeah, it's a very cutesy take on zombies. It's like a mixture of you know the typical cutesy slice of life take on zombies, basically, because it's like a clash of two different genres together. Because even if you just look at the openings, you'll notice that it changes every episode, and it
Hmm.
always retains that happy song with not so happy imagery.
Yeah,
And
and they're not afraid to go the dark route once in a while with some of the characters and the zombies and the world itself. So it definitely plays on that cutesy characters with that dark environment.
it really shows that it's a really smart story, which shouldn't be surprising because it's Odubuchi work. He's a very uh, he's a common writer over in Nitro Plus. He's done a bunch of storylines for them, which would explain why this anime has a character in the Nitro Plus fighting
Yep,
game.
Yuki's in it as a support character, which
Yeah,
is hilarious. Um, but
yeah.
it's it's definitely something to check out. I hope we get another season because of how it ends, but I not have my hopes up high for it.
Uh,
Um,
it's gonna be hard to do another season, mostly because like the source material of this is the manga, and there's enough differences that it's hard to adapt more after what they've done.
Okay. Yeah,
Because
I thought so. I thought it was like a light visual novel, but
nah,
it
it's a manga.
hmm. Okay. Well then
But
there you go, people. Read the manga too. I
yeah,
might read
yeah,
that if I can get a hold of it.
volume one of the manga is already out in the US, and volume two, I believe, is coming out. Like, actually, I think it might be in February 2016, which is not right now.
Nope, that's next year.
But yeah, I believe that's actually when volume two comes out. So, like in terms of manga and anime, they're coming. Like, you can get one volume of the manga right now, and the anime you can stream right now,
Hmm.
and you can get a physical copy later down the road.
Indeed.
But
So is that
yeah, like in terms of the storyline, it's pretty different of what they do in manga and anime, so it's two different experiences. Like for starters, one of the characters don't exist in the manga.
huh, which one? I'm curious.
Taro Maru.
Huh.
Yeah, he in the manga he basically was there just an example to he was a plot point to show that animals can become zombies, and that's it. Like he's not a character, basically.
Well, he made me cry, okay? So he was very important to me, Nep.
Yeah, like I said, like the less you know, the more enjoyable it is because I kind of already knew that before it happened.
Huh.
So the impact got went down a lot.
That stinks, cause yeah, that made me
Yeah,
cry so bad. Like I was on the verge of tears. It was
but
very sad because I was
yeah,
not expecting it.
yeah, definitely the philosophy of the less you know, the better for this
For
show.
sure, for sure.
Like,
So if you just heard us talk about all this,
well, we didn't do
go
the
meet the Men in
biggest
Black. Get your
parts.
mind erased.
Yeah, we didn't do the biggest of stuff in the story. So
Yeah.
there's still plenty of meat to go through.
Yep. Definitely. So is that everything that you want to say about it, Nep? Now we get Alex back in here. I could do my monkey dance to get him back in.
Well, let's see. Like Ubuchi did it. It's in Nitro Plus. Uh, the manga differences. That's well, without really going to spoiler territory, I guess that would be it. Like,
Okay.
it was a really enjoyable watch.
For sure.
I kind of ruined it by finding out too much about it, about the source material.
Yeah, and I forget what I said back when I talked about it, but
That
it's
probably tipped Greg off when he completely guessed it right.
yeah. Hey,
Oh
I was
my
nice.
god.
I said I would help you. You tried to steer him
Yeah.
away from it,
Yeah, I
but
tried not to let Greg figure it out, and he guessed it almost immediately.
yeah. And
Oh my
again, even me saying that it's a zombie apocalypse in a school, again, still doesn't take away from that first episode. Even though we talked about it, it will still hit you.
yeah,
Um,
because I actually read a synopsis of the show beforehand,
that's what I
and
did.
well, that was also like about a month before I actually watched it. So by the time I watched it, I kind of forgot what the synopsis was. But then like the end of first episode was like, oh shit, it's this show. Like it still impacted, but it definitely lessened because I knew. Which goes
Yeah.
with what I've been saying. Like basically, don't know anything about the show and you'll be great.
Yep. That definitely helps. Going in knowing what happens or what's going on in it, more in detail. From what we said, it does take away from it a little bit.
Like yeah, it's just written in a way, and just every episode is done in a way that the biggest impact is your first time. Like I don't know how it would be if I rewatched it, like how much it would still hit me. Like I'd have to rewatch it to find out.
Yeah,
But
that's why I said I didn't. I was probably not going to watch it again once you said it was the anime because I don't know if I want to watch that again.
yeah, like
If
this
it's
is
something so special that if I would do watch it again, I think it would take away from it.
yeah, like it's not like I don't want to rewatch it again, not because I hate it, but because it's like just one of those that it's just a one-time thing, and it like just holds a place in your heart, basically. Like,
Makes you want to live in a school during an apocalypse. That's for sure.
Sure, we'll go with that.
As long as it has like high grade solar panels and stuff.
And
Uh,
and lots of barricades
yeah.
and everything's self-sufficient. You can grow your own crops.
Yep. So recommend it for sure. Definitely
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah, basically dive into as much of Gakugurashi as you want, including the manga, but I would say go with the manga after the show because just
Toromaru.
from what I know, like definitely the order should be anime then manga, like of experiencing the series.
Okay. There you go, guys. If that's everything, Nip, we'll get Alex back in here. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's keeping himself entertained. Hey, Alex! I think we lost him for good. I'm trying my monkey dance here. He's gonna not.
He's talking to Senpai right now.
I'm trying. He's
Wait,
coming
so
back.
who's gonna be editing this episode?
Hopefully, Alex.
Probably me.
Oh, okay then. Are you gonna
I
leave the
yelled.
monkey dancing?
Yeah, I'll be able to keep that. I'll be fine.
Like that would be a bunch of dead air.
I went like this. I went like this. I was doing some
That-
stuff trying to
that-
get your attention. It was
That'll
fun.
be hard to translate into
I was
audio.
checking like every couple of minutes.
I
Somebody
saw you
tweeted-
checking. I'm like, oh, all right. I think we talked about, it, but hey, I tried. I tried.
You're fine. I'm glad that I won't have it spoiled for me. I was getting tweets from Mark Griffiths, my good friend Mark Griffiths, the RP Genius on Twitter.
Oh, God.
He's watching this right now.
I'm
And
sorry.
he said, so this is going to
Oh,
go for like
God.
6 hours because it's 2 shows, right? And I said, we're going to try and keep it a little bit tighter than
Wait.
that.
We have a watcher.
Yeah, we have a couple people watching.
I'm sorry.
And Mark said, I'm somewhat relieved and yet disappointed. Smiling face. So, there you go. Cool. Sounds like a good anime.
It was. I'm glad you listened.
Even though I did not hear any of that. And that's all she wrote, right?
Yep, that's for
Yeah,
the anime of the month.
She wrote murder.
Um,
Murder. She wrote.
Next month, I got it. It was good enough. I appreciated it. Next month, we're watching the Anohana live action drama movie, correct?
Yes, we'll be watching that in January because
January.
it's the January show.
Yep.
Yeah.
January. Our favorite month, where I predict snow is going to happen.
Yeah, probably some
Whatever.
snow will happen, especially if you were on the eastern coast of the United States. Hmm? Huh?
Yep, especially the Northeast, around the Pennsylvania, Maryland,
Virginia.
New York area.
Yeah.
Yep.
I predict I'll have to work through the new year, and that will be the year where it's legal to have your gun out in the open as long as it's in the holster.
Ugh, that sounds
Jeez.
scary.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Texas.
Texas.
Oh God.
All right. Do we want to take a quick break and then come back with our anime of the year discussion?
Indeed.
All right. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're just going to talk about kind of like the shows that we watch. We're going to rank them from 5 to 1. 5 being the shit, and 1 being the tits. And then we'll throw the show out. So we'll be back in just a little bit. Does anybody need a refill on the coffee? I know you guys might need some water. Talking all this. I need to refill my coffee, and then we should be all set. What I
Cool.
figure I'll do for these shows, just so you guys have an idea of what I was thinking, is because Greg does like a lot of stuff with the music and everything. I was thinking of just like editing the show, editing it all together, but like leaving all the music out and like leaving some blank spots of dead air for the breaks. So that way I can just send that file to Greg, he can cut out those breaks and put in all the music and everything. And then so he can just add the music and then upload the show.
Okay, yeah, that's fine as long as Greg's not actually dead.
Yeah,
He's probably
'cause
watching us like, "Ha! I gotta have the podcast.
he's
I'm
probably
gonna watch it."
one of the two viewers. I'm gonna take a picture and text it in our group thread to him. Just be like, GG Greg.
See, we got watchers without you here. So many.
Oh my god.
That is really mean.
Wow.
Sorry, Greg. I love you, Greg. I miss you.
It's a good shot of your face right there, Justin.
He should be linked to this episode just so he can get to this part.
I did tweet him a link.
Oh shit.
So
He is probably watching.
No, I doubt he's watching.
I'm going to the restroom.
Oh God, Nep! Don't take a number 2.
Don't ever stop pooping.
Oh, this is awkward. It's just me, myself, and I. So anime, guys. Let me tell you about anime. Anime is amazing. So Greg, wow. So Nep,
What?
do you want to notice me, senpai?
Oh my god, this is really gonna be the title.
No. It's gonna probably be one of those. Because I didn't put any in recently. It's totally gonna be something, notice me, senpai. I didn't buy it, by the way. That was just a screenshot. Screenshot. I'm not gonna download it. Not falling into that trap.
What are you talking about?
Notice me, senpai.
Oh.
I'm not gonna download it. It was a screenshot.
Oh, it's on iOS. I have Android.
No, this is Android.
Oh, fuck.
You can't escape it, Nip. It's your destiny. Definitely notice me, senpai. Of all the people, Nep, I thought you would be the one that would want to play Notice Me Senpai.
I'm more interested in Yandere-chan. It looks like a fun game.
Alright, actually, I'll be right back.
Justin, where the fuck did you go?
He left.
Fucking asshole. It's alright, I guess. It's just you and me now, Nep. We're gonna run the ship.
So did everyone leave because we're not doing anything?
No, this one person's still watching.
What are you watching, Alex?
What am I watching?
Why do we have a viewer?
Why do you? I mean, people who watch IP, so the people who follow me sometimes, they know like how breaks and shit work. So
Why are you yelling at our listeners, Nep? We want listeners.
yeah, they're just here for. They're along for the ride.
Yes.
They
See?
want to be
Now I know how to bring in listeners. Thank Mark Griffith. I'm gonna keep doing monkey dances if that's how we have to get in listeners.
Exactly. That's how you. That's how you pull a crowd. I believe.
If only
Tec-
that
it's
actually
technical
works.
term.
So what you're saying is Alex needs to be distracted and not listen to the podcast. So we have to try to get his attention.
Yeah. Just dance around.
So we have to notice him. Or he has to.
My full circle plan.
Oh,
Notice
God.
me. Okay.
Now we have to have another one. Notice me, Alex Senpai.
Oh my god.
As long as
Where's mine?
Greg Senpai is in there. You should download Notice Me Senpai. Maybe
I
you'll
saw it. I showed it live so people can know what they're looking forward to.
get it. Okay.
But I'm not downloading it.
You want to see how many? Let's see how many senpais are in my cafe right now. I just,
I
you
think.
know,
All right. Well, here's my question: how many senpais are male, and how many senpais are female?
they are 100% male. Look at those. Look at those senpais just hanging out. Like it's
Dude, the one in
gamer
the middle
senpai.
looks like freaking Neku.
Yeah, that's gamer senpai.
Damn.
The one by the kanji is lazy senpai, and this guy I forget who. What is this? School festival senpai. That is, oh god, that's you can see he's like dressed up. He's dressed for success. He's on the piano. He's like looking around. Look at this. He's just dancing around. He's having a good time.
God damn it, Alex.
Yeah, you said Greg.
I say Greg because that's the Greg ass game.
Yeah, this is a very Alex.
That would be a Greg thing to do.
Hajime Senpai is the school festival senpai. There's also Goat Senpai,
Oh
who's
God.
actually just a goat. He's just a goat with a human body.
His name.
So
Aw.
his name is Ba. He's 5'11" though. He's pretty tall for a senpai. How much have I ruined our friendship?
Not at all, because all the people are gonna be really confused on where our title came from because
Oh my god.
99% of them are
Notice
Notice
Me
Me Senpai.
senpai related. So Christian Puente at Pixel Brave on Twitter.
Yep.
Cool guy.
Yep.
He just favorited the tweet about us being live. I met him in San Francisco. He told me he's a fan of MuppX and Irrational Passions.
Nice. Yeah, I follow him.
Meaning I've met like equal amounts of MuppX fans as I have
That's
Irrational
crazy.
Passions fan.
I'm
I like-
so surprised. I really am.
Ethan, my roommate, like had some friends over, and one of his friends' girlfriend listened to Mupp-X. So we have a very niche audience. So there you go. All right, you guys ready?
Now I am.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
I gave you a second. Sounded like Nip had
was-
like a little fart to get out or something.
Well, I had to tweet something. I reply, so.
That's gross, Justin. I said that. All right, let's see this. And welcome back. Hi.
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 Are we back?
We're back. We're gonna talk about anime. Have you guys heard of this? Anime.
Is that what Greg likes?
That is indeed what Greg likes.
Is Greg back?
No, he's not back. I'm sorry. We took a break. I called Greg up on the cell phone, and he just didn't answer. So he's probably dead. You know he always answers his phone. Or
Yeah,
replies
yeah.
to email.
Especially the email.
I can't believe he replied to that text thread.
I know.
I was like, shit. Greg doesn't reply like me ever. So I was like, man,
This is why you need to bait him with porn.
It's true. We just need to
Not porn. It's called hentai, Nep. Get it correct?
I feel like you have a very unspecific definition of what pornography is, Justin. Gotta use the broad strokes. We're gonna talk about the anime that we watched in the past 12 months / episodes, and we're just gonna kind of bring it all together. We're gonna call it AOTY, Anime of the Year.
What?
Are you familiar with this
Attack
concept?
of the year?
Yeah, there's anime that comes out in a year.
I thought it was Alex of the Year. Always goes to Alex O'Neill.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Nep's like, I got like
Always
3 other
on the yin yang.
Always on the yin yang, and yin yang's a hyphenate, so it's okay if it takes up the whole Y. So as everyone who listens to this show knows, I hate anime and I don't watch it. So,
And that your favorite anime is free.
my favorite anime is free. It doesn't get better than free, to be fair.
It's true. It's also true.
That is the apex of anime. So we're gonna kick things off with your two's number 5. So we got like a personal list and then like a group list, like the anime that we watched together.
Yeah, for like all the monthly stuff. So we have the animes that we watch monthly, each episode that we talk about, and then obviously we're watching the animes that come out during the year and just the random stuff. So
just to give people an idea, we should probably say what we actually watched as a group so that people remember how far back it was.
Yeah.
Because I totally forgot January anime was 2015 this year because we're still on 2015.
Yeah.
Yes.
Canon in January. Conan. Conan
the Barbarian.
Detective Conan the Barbarian. January was Conan. February was Lupin the Third versus Detective Conan, which I'm really upset that I missed that. Still upset. March was Black Lagoon. April was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which I hear Greg really likes.
He loves
it's his favorite anime ever, and we're talking in representation of him right now. He loves it so much.
So like again, I missed this, but like, was this a thing of like JoJo is like something like from the ground up that Greg should love, but he just didn't?
Most people should like JoJo. Like it's as crazy as Dragon Ball Z, as well as some other like really interesting stories. It's very much an anime, like craziness and all that most people should like if they like action. And we thought Greg was gonna actually really like it because of the stuff that it does.
But you overestimated Greg's ability to give something an honest try.
No, we found out he doesn't like it. He loves it.
Oh, so, of course.
We overshot on that front.
He He over-delivered on his
Yeah,
expectation.
he is sleeping right now with the JoJo Dakimakura.
Yeah. Just cuddled up with that thing. May was Lupin the Third Part 1, which I did watch. Although I
Which we
didn't,
both fucked up at first.
although I didn't watch all of it. Obviously, I watched the Part 3 and then Part 2 and then Part
Yeah,
1.
we both did part 3, and then I got to part 1 after that. I fixed it fast.
Yeah.
You
Who's
took
def-
longer.
I definitely took a little bit. I'm like 12 episodes in. I'm like, I feel like this isn't right. June was Gun X Sword. Is that Gun Cross Sword or Gun X Sword?
I'm pretty
Gun
sure
X?
cross.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
July was Gatchaman Crowds, which I didn't even know that was what July's anime was. Was it whose pick was that?
That
Neps.
was mine, yeah. You'd
Okay.
like that.
Okay, I will write that down as well.
It's very Power Rangers-esque.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys, because you talked about it on the Digimon episode. August was Digimon the movie. September was Pokemon the movie. And fuck all of you for not loving Pokemon the movie as much as
I wasn't there to give my opinion.
October was Hellgirl. November was Eden of the East. Didn't know that. And obviously December was School Live, School Live, Love Live. That's another anime.
Idol anime.
Kobayashi.
All of the idol that you could ever want.
You know, I think we should stop making fun of Greg, because you know there's going to be that one day or 1 month where he's going to actually choose an idol anime for us to watch, and we're all going to hate each other at the end of it.
I feel like I would really like idol anime.
No, I probably would too. But just like, you know he's going to do that out of all the spite, like, hey, we're finally going to watch that idol anime.
There's like songs on idol anime, right? Like they do songs typically.
Yeah, songs, dance, choreography.
I'd be into that.
Yeah. And then when you become a Love Liver.
Yeah. Love Lives.
Then he'll hound you on picking a favorite, which you didn't want to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
So there you go.
I'll just say Rise Kujikawa, and he'll be like, "Who's that from?" I'm like, "You're the worst. You're the worst person, Greg."
I forget
who's one idol.
I forget who said it, but they're like, "Who's your favorite anime idol?" And I'm like, Rise. Like that was the first thing that popped in my head. No joke. She's
like the OG one as far as we're concerned. So.
And still the best.
Still the best. Yeah, I think it was a good mixed match year. I mean, looking back at, I'm trying to think back to like 2014, all the stuff we watched then. This is like a good.
We didn't
matchup.
have a concise list of that.
Yeah, somewhere.
Like Hana was definitely on 2014.
Yeah, that was like definitely the standout because it resonated kind of with all of us. But yeah, this is like a good like mix up of like action, mystery. And kind of like romance as well, and Pokemon
comedy,
mostly shonen.
Mostly shonen.
Mostly.
But that's fine.
That's okay.
We'll make up for it in 2016.
Yeah. I've always considered picking a shoujo or something more girly, but I always don't because I'm not sure if I'll be the only one that watches it.
I'll watch it. The question is if we like it or not.
I would be probably into that. I've watched plenty of stuff on my own, as you guys know that I talked about on the show.
I think we should watch the OC. That's a pretty good anime.
That is almost definitely a pretty good anime. That is an anime if ever there was one. Like, I know we're playing around here, but like no joke.
No, I know.
It's a fucking anime.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
The OC is like this teenage drama from the early aughts, and it is like anime 101 as far as like the broad strokes of its dramatic tension.
When you say teenage drama, you mean like Dawson's Creek?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that helps.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm from a different era.
It is like just the most dramatic show I think I've ever watched in my entire life.
Season 3 is ending. Oh god. Anyway.
I need to finish season 2 and like just power through. There was a moment a couple days ago where I was like, man, I should just watch a whole bunch of the OC today on my day off.
And you got me into it, and I couldn't stop. I watched the first season. Man, this is really good. I want to watch the next season. Immediately started watching the second season. It just kept doing that until I was done. I'm like, I miss it. Now I miss it. Anyways, anime.
Anime. Let's talk about it. You guys want to kick things off with your number 5 personal animes?
Do you want to go first, Nep, or should I?
Either or.
All right, fine. I'll go first. My number 5 is actually not an anime, but it is a Japanese drama,
Okay.
and that's the Death Note drama.
Oh, okay.
Surprised me all to hell. Like, going in from what the movies were to this is probably one of my favorite adaptations of Death Note. It does a really good job of taking its own course with some of the stuff, while also kind of playing up more of L as the, I guess you could say, main hero instead of Nier and all them at the end. It does a really good job of doing that in its hour shows, and ends how it probably should have, actually, without spoiling anything. It definitely ends better, with obviously Light still dying.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, if you have not seen Death Note, what's wrong with you? But yeah, I totally recommend it. If you like Death Note at all, this is definitely one of the best versions of it, for sure.
Cool.
Nep, number 5.
Well, I should probably just preface like last time we did the list. I am not ranking them. I'm just listing them off of any
In
order.
no particular order.
In no particular order.
These are Nep's animes.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go with the third season. Well, the third part, but JoJo Stardust Crusaders, because that was one we didn't watch together, but I did end up watching it with a friend, and he became a JoJo fan afterwards. But it's just the series has really clutched me because it's just a fantastic action series, and the part 3 adaptation was extremely faithful. It didn't take away, it just added more content to the episodes. So it'd be a shorter experience than the manga, but the anime just really upped everything, and I just feel like it's fantastic, and I need more JoJo in my life.
Well, you gotta read more manga. I got past you, okay? That means you're not doing your job.
Wait, what are you talking about? This is December. You're not even on part 6 yet.
True. But part 6 was amazing. I have a feeling.
I have a good feeling about this. Call me Nostradamus, but I will say.
But yeah, that's part 5.
Okay.
Or number 5.
I can only think of 3 right now, so that's why I'm gonna let you guys keep going. I'll see if I can pull up my lists from the episode, because I'm sure I watched more than 3.
It's okay to put free 5 times. We won't deduct it from
true.
you.
Well, no, he can have 2 anime: free Eternal Summer, free Eternal Summer, and free.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think it's pretty fair.
I'll find the anime that I watched. You guys, Justin, keep going with your next one. Your next pick.
All right. Number 4 is also not an anime, but it made made our podcast become the Power Ranger podcast.
Oh God!
And that was You Ranger.
You Ranger, You Ranger. Da, 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 da.
And by that opening alone, it's amazing. Watching our first season of Power Rangers and seeing the original source material, and what they changed and what they didn't change was really cool. Like seeing some of the fights again, but now actually in context of what's actually happened. The characters were great. all 5 Power Rangers, even the Green Ranger. Uh, Ben. Oh man, I lost it. Benkei. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
It's actually Namco Bandai now.
yep, Namco Bandai. They changed back. Uh, like all the characters are great. The story is interesting. Bandora is actually more interesting than she was in the first season. Um, Seeing different monsters that we never seen before was cool, and
and like
knowing why they cut them.
and like seeing the different stories of the monsters, like the Sphinx, was pretty different.
Yeah, like the Sphinx guy was actually kind of cool compared to the American version, where you kind of thought he was Goldar's brother. It was weird. Like that was the rumors back then, was that him and Goldar were brothers. Um,
I'm sorry. Can I just like interject real quick?
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Justin.
It's
But
okay.
I'm looking back through our old Google Docs from all the episodes
Oh
to
God,
look at my list of anime.
what have you done?
And for episode 30, under Greg, like we have it broken up. It says anime, manga, etc. Under anime it says being fucking dead to me, Alex. And then under manga it says fuck you, Greg. And then under etc. it says no, seriously, fuck you. All in capital letters.
You don't remember doing that?
I don't remember that. Oh, that's so good. But seriously, fuck you, Greg. Being fucking dead to me is pretty good. I continue, Justin.
Well, that's really it. I mean, Ranger sparked my love for Power Rangers again in a big way, to the point where I'm literally watching the newer English ones. I watched some of the newer Japanese ones. Die Ranger came out the same year, and it was great. Like it's great seeing that original source material for the first time. Um,
Cool.
that's why it has to be on my list, because of how much we talked about Power Rangers now, as well as just how much I loved it.
All right. I can dig it. Digs it to some level of anime.
Digs
What
it
about
to
you, Mr. Knapp?
Splunky.
What?
I said you dig it to the Splunky.
Yeah, I think my phone ringtone is the
Splunkin'.
Splunky. The Splunkin.
Is it the sound effect of being impaled?
No, it's not. It should be, because that's the sound I'm most familiar with. I'll put my phone on silent. What about you, Mr. Knapp?
Oh, number 4. Right.
Mhm.
Okay, then the next one I'll be listing off is Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, because
Damn.
I marathoned the shit out of that, and I'm doing it again because it's showing up on Crunchyroll now, slowly.
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is alright, right? Like, I'm not
Yeah,
crazy. That was okay.
Well, when it first aired, I fucking hated it. Like, it was just like the new Yu-Gi-Oh! And like, I didn't like the changes. I didn't like the localization. I still don't now, but anyway. I just I was really negative on it just because I wanted to, and then I rewatched it last year, and I sat through like how many episodes? Like 169 episodes over the course of like 2 weeks. And
Because it's so good.
yeah, like I have a more positive opinion now because I sat through it, and it was a lot more enjoyable than I originally gave it credit for. Like, I really stopped before it got interesting because it turns out like just a few more episodes and then a plot would actually form.
Yep. Yep.
Like, I stopped too soon, apparently.
Yeah, the beginning is way too like, hey, we're happy, we're at school, we're dueling.
Yeah, it is
and then it
so
gets dark.
episodic and boring for a while, and then it actually gets interesting. Like it's a lot more, well, especially in the Japanese, it's more darker than I was gonna give it credit for. Like
Yep.
it changes tone for them, I'm sure.
Huh.
And like, this is actually a main character that will lose sometimes or never. Like, there's actually one of the side characters that he never beats in the entire series. Like, the best he ever did was Tai. And like, it's interesting because it's not always gonna be him winning. Like Like, I mean, hell, Kaiba appeared for one episode and kicked his ass.
Yeah, yeah, it was awesome.
Dropping fucking straight. I remember that episode. That was pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, but like it definitely needs more credit than it's given because it's a lot better than I would have thought, especially on a rewatch.
Mhm.
Like I thought I was still gonna be down on it, but I'm not. Like it's like from what I watched last year, it's definitely my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh series.
hmm Yeah, it's mine. And I think it gets a lot of flack mostly just because we came from the first one, which was literally the first one. Everybody watched it. Everybody loved the Battle City tournament and Merrick and all that other crazy cool
Yeah.
stuff. And then you go to this one and oh, they're at school. What's up with this kid? Like, it turned people off immediately.
Yeah, it turned me off, and I tried to stick with it, and I dropped it before plot happened.
At least you gave it an honest try. Yeah, I remember liking GX and hearing you guys talk about it. It does bring back the things that I liked about that show.
The
Mhm.
dub is so bad, though.
Of
I
course.
don't mind the dub that much.
God.
It's for kids, but you have to give it, say, like something like it's the best for kids dub, I guess. Like, it's not terribly bad.
Would you
Yo,
say it's
G-Dog, you sure about that? Because I'm about to throw down this face down, yo, and now it's your turn. Seriously?
Torn.
Would you say
That
it's
is-
the best dub for kids?
That is literally dialogue from the show.
That's awesome.
And again, yeah, it's for kids. Kids aren't supposed to be paying attention to that shit. They don't care,
That's
Oh
true.
my God.
Except for
But-
us.
except for us. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX for sure, amazing.
All right. I do have a number 3.
Is it not free?
It is not
Did
free.
you just skip his 4?
Justin already did his 4.
Yeah, it was your Ranger.
So
Oh,
this is
right,
where we could start it over. The one that I did watch this year that I didn't get to until this year, that I guess
Of
a lot of
2015.
until 2015, that I guess a lot of people like, is a show called Death Note
What?
that I didn't actually watch until this year. Have you heard of this show?
No, I haven't watched it. I haven't heard of it. I think I watched one of them this year of 2015.
I mean,
I'm not sure.
it sucks, so don't even worry about it. But no,
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean,
Alex O'Neill hit by a bus.
let me just write this in my little notebook here. Yeah, it was definitely something that I didn't. It was hyped up so much that I was kind of skeptical if I would even like it. But I really did like it. You know, it was different than what I expected. There is like an arc to it that I didn't expect. Even though I have definitely a lot of disagreements probably with the majority of people who enjoy that show. Some of the conversations I've had it outside of this podcast about Death Note, it is one of those shows that it seems like a lot of people who don't really watch anime have also watched, which
For
is
sure.
cool. So yeah, just kind of sitting down and kind of hearing people's thoughts about that has been fun. It's cool. I like the central conflict. I like the opposing ideals. Like, it is much more an ideological show than it is actually like anything really happening. And kind of like pitting these two thought processes against one another. And it's interesting that in that way. It's like watching a very epic and drawn out chess game. Yeah, I mean, I have
With
my
apple biting.
with apple biting, tons
Lots of
apples.
apple biting.
You know, I have my issues with the show. I think I'm with the majority of people that weren't like a huge fan of the ending. But I had a fun time with. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would, which is saying something. You know, because I can go into something with an open mind and actually enjoy it, even if I'm skeptical. Just, you know, I'm just putting it out there for some other people.
Just put it out there.
Just generally, as like a rule of thumb, like you can not want to like something but end up liking something. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, I would recommend it. I would definitely say it is. That's a show for adults. Like, I don't even know.
Just a little bit.
I don't even know if like like that would even appeal to like a teenage audience. I guess some people would get into it, but I feel like you wouldn't really get it unless you had some kind of feeling. You had your own opinions about the world and how it worked. And that's it. I have other opinions, but I've said them on the show before, so.
All right.
Justin.
So then, my number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. That hit me like a truck, like a big monster truck, of how much I like this. I jumped on, and it part 4, wow, part 3
Part
was
2.
fantastic.
I'm just throw out numbers.
Part 2 is good. Not one of my favorites, but definitely, it's still enjoyable to watch.
Is it as good as Science Lab Senpai, who's in my cafe right now? Because I'm sorry. Continue, Justin.
I know you got to notice your senpais, all right. But it's very good. Obviously, me and Nep both like it. We talked about it a lot during the break. I think I said, or at least told Nep.
We've taken over the show with JoJo more than one time.
Yeah. I read the manga to the point now that I'm further than Nep, who was telling me about some of the later parts that I haven't read yet. So obviously it hit me pretty well.
What are you talking about? This is December. I'm still ahead of you.
Nope, no you're not. I read them all. I think I'm going to read them all anyways. But Part 6 is great. Part 7 is even more fun. Part 7, for your interest, Alex, is called Steel Ball Run, where the whole focus is a race across America on horses, like Wild West style, in JoJo's kind of style of crazy action and combat. It's insane.
Yeah.
So
this like I get it. I say this a lot. This show sounds all right. We're with you. I'm a level with you too. This show sounds like it's pretty good.
And if you ever do watch it, Alex, make sure you give like a 3-episode try, because the first episode does not.
Slow start.
The first 3 episodes are very self-contained. Like they give a pretty satisfying story to start off.
Okay.
And if you're interested in more of that, then you will want to keep watching.
Okay. I appreciate that. So I'm guessing like in those first 3 episodes, it starts and finishes an arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's like a good thing for me because I tend to shy away from things that draw things out a lot, except for Naruto, because I'm a masochist. So.
You're only a masochist if you watch the filler.
It's true. That is so true.
Damn it! Then that makes me a
Except for
masochist.
episode, I think it was episode 101. That was a good filler episode.
Yeah, there's some good. There's like every now and again you'll get a decent episode of filler, but
I did like the filler of Kakashi's mask.
Yeah.
I know,
Well, yeah.
yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's a good episode. Never forget. What about you, Nep? Number 3, or not necessarily number 3, but your third one that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, I guess I'll mention Fate Zero, because that was actually another one that my friend got me into, the Fate series, and it's something I've always wanted to give a try, and so I watched it with my friend, and he is a big fan of the entire series continuity and all of that, and he's like the go-to guy if you want to know anything Fate.
Okay.
But yeah, like just watching it with him was really great because like whenever I had questions, he would just explain everything to me, and it basically was a pretty conclusive experience, and I really liked the characters. It's just supposed to be like a prequel of the main thing, and yet it felt so whole, I guess I would say. Like I was satisfied with everything of Fate Zero, and like even though it's like just really the background story anime, it's still like just I really enjoyed it. Like it hit all the right notes for me, basically. Like Well, my favorite character from the series so far would still be a Fate Zero character, and I just really enjoyed everything of it, basically.
Mm.
And it has good porn.
Oh,
Well, that's why you like it. So, Alex, you're number 2.
hey, at least it came full circle.
Yep.
Full
So what you're
circle
saying is
jerk.
this is a very Greg anime.
Highly. I'll write it on his tombstone.
I actually expect Greg to hate the series.
Yeah, probably.
That sounds like him. My number 2, even though I still have only watched 2 episodes of it. It was that impressive.
Wow.
I ended up seeing something that I enjoyed more, but One Punch Man. Man, that show's good. Like
I
it
think you've
is
seen more than both of us combined.
it is like one of those things that if I had time, all I would do is just rewatch all of One Punch Man over and over again, because it is a beautiful, perfect, wonderful monstrosity of a show.
Have you, in the 2 episodes, have you seen any other characters, like, more than, like, a couple, or?
I mean, like, there's the android guy, cyborg guy.
Do you
Okay.
mean the sidekick?
Yeah, the sidekick who's cool. There's a scientist that I guess is like one of the bad dudes, but I'm sure he'll get dealt with in episode 3.
Have you seen Metal Bat?
I've not.
Okay. I don't even know if he's going to be in the anime. That's one of the people I know besides Saitama because of the manga of what I'm reading.
And I've seen like stuff past the episode that I'm on, like Joe, good friend Joseph Fate. He was the one that actually got me into it. He's like, if you've not seen One Punch Man, he's like, nah, I'll get to it. And he's like, no, we're fucking sitting down and watching it right now. You're fucking watching the first episode with me. I'm like, okay. So we sat and watched it. It was wonderful. I enjoyed it a lot. And then he showed me some clips from like later episodes that are just wonderful. Like him like going through the tests that you have to go through to become a superhero. Like a registered one, and he's just destroying everything. It's fucking so good. But yeah, I mean, like mostly, like what I like about One Punch Man the most is how smart it is. It's not actually. It is more about being a satire than it is about anything else. Just like the way it pokes fun at how stupid superhero origin stories are and supervillain origin stories are. And just like the whole concept of being a superhero and going through these ridiculous fights and the hero's journey of like, being downtrodden, having to work themselves back up, and then overcoming the opponent and just
With one punch.
working hard to achieve victory, as opposed to like this guy who just wins in one punch. Like it's never a fight; it's always just a joke. And I think it's just so smart and so brilliant. Like I think it's the first episode, he has like this dream about like this like epic battle, like, something that is like just finally up to his like incredibly high standard of combat, and he's just like fighting all these giant monsters, and they're like laughing at him, and he's like being beaten, and he's like at the end of his rope, but he finally pulls through, and then he wakes up and he sees like the creatures are like that he dreamed about are like way more disappointing. He just fucking destroys them. And it's so funny. It's like funny in a smart way that I personally rarely see anime like actually try to be that smart and try to like be that well put together in regards to like a trope that is so Western. So like I really appreciate what he's trying to do.
I do have a question. How many episodes is it?
It's 12.
12, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's been something in my backlog of stuff to watch, or rather, AKA, I'm waiting for somebody to pick it.
Yeah, I was thinking about picking it, but I don't think I could live through Greg watching it and then hating it. So.
Because he's probably gonna hate it.
Like, I have not met anyone in the world that has disliked One Punch Man, even like a little bit. Like my brother watched it. He's not even like a huge anime guy. He's like, yeah, it was really smart. It was really funny. I like the whole satire thing. And like my roommate watched it, who like never watches anime, and he thought it was hilarious. And like I just know that like this quote unquote hype of just like people genuinely enjoying something will make Greg go into this with like, well, I'm not gonna like this, and I don't know if I can live through that. Okay, I don't know if I can. I don't know if my heart can handle it.
Well, obviously, if he loved JoJo, he's gonna love One Punch Man.
That's true. That's very true.
That's actually very true. Very true.
Like
Probably.
my thing is, and I'm not saying the show's perfect or anything. I just like it. It is so well paced, well written, and funny, and just an enjoyable show. Right? It is just an all around well put together romp that I
Mhm.
can't imagine anyone disliking it. Even like kids will love it for the action, and like adults will love it for like the kind of smart humor behind it. But I just know Greg's gonna find a reason not to like it, and I can't do this anymore, guys.
Oh, we just lost Alex. He's
Uh,
gone.
so
We
yeah,
could
but
always give we could always give you a little black book for you to use before we record, you know.
yeah, it's true.
It would just require your soul.
Well, I already gave that up a while ago, so. But yeah, maybe we'll watch it and give it some time, and we'll revisit it as like a
Next year.
next year in 2016.
Yeah,
That's definitely something I'd like us all to watch and talk about. So, but that's my number 2, Justin.
All right. Number 2 is Food Wars. Shogeki no Soma.
That
I
show's
never
alright.
thought
That
I
show's
never
alright.
I never thought I would like watching an anime based on cooking food in my life. And
How
I
much
am
did you eat while watching an anime about food?
I always eat while watching Food Wars. No, it makes me hungry though every time I watch it. It makes me want to cook. Like
Mhm.
there's some really cool recipes in there or cool foods that they make. In the manga volumes that came out in English, they actually have recipes for some of the stuff they make.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh shit, I want to make one of these one day. Um, but I'm reading the manga as it comes out now, and the story there is getting more interesting. Seeing some new characters and actually seeing the Elite Ten finally. Apparently, the anime is going to continue. From what I've heard, there's going to be a second season. I think coming out this year. So, it, again, if you like food and you like anime, you will like this anime. I mean,
So
it's
everyone that needs to live will already be liking Food Wars.
yes,
Yeah, because everyone that needs to live loves anime. This is 100% true.
Exactly.
because it's very much an anime manga. Like it has those tropes, it has that feeling to it, but it's all about the cooking. So if you like cooking and food, you'll like it. I totally would recommend checking it out. First episode easily tells you what's more to come.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I recommend it for sure.
Highly rated. 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Not 9.5 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10. All right. Nep, the fourth one you'd like to talk about?
Son of a bitch, not enough time. Yes. Okay.
Yes. What did I say?
Okay,
Oh,
so I guess the next thing I would want to bring up is Triage X, which basically this was something I read as the manga came out long before the anime existed, because it's been coming out in manga formats in the US for like probably a year or two before the anime came out. And so like, pretty much everything that was covered in the anime is already available in manga format. So it was basically just a good rewatch for me because this is actually a pretty good adaptation of it, and it's a pretty good like uh, adult content kind of show because it's like violent and sexual as fuck, and the anime retains that. Like it's very mature setting kind of thing,
Mhm.
and like I said before, when I was talking about the show. Like, I believe it was like the first 4 episodes is like a good indicator of the series. Like, that's like a good complete story that tells you pretty much everything to expect from it. And like for me, it was totally up my alley. It's kind of weird that it ended on episode 10, but at the same time, it's probably because there's not enough material afterwards to continue. And because if they continued after episode 10, because they were being pretty faithful adaptations, they'd have to adapt something that opens up a new story arc. So I guess that makes sense. So it's a weird numbering, but it's basically so that it stays faithful and will probably continue to adapt like another season of anime, probably like what, 2019 maybe,
Wow.
whenever the manga gets far enough.
Yeah.
It's in the US there's like 11 volumes of it, and it's barely starting a new arc. So it's gonna be a long ass time if it ever gets another adaptation anime season thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's very much a me show. Like it's not really gonna resonate with many people. So
Okay.
yeah, it's just something I totally enjoy and appreciate, and I like all that it does. Like I give thumbs up to everything.
Okay. Cool. I like it.
You probably won't.
I mean, I don't like it. I like that you like it. That's all I'm saying. All right. Does that make me the last the
Yep, your favorite anime of all those animes you watched.
So there's actually a thing I haven't gotten the chance to talk about on the show. Surprise. It's a little bit cheap. But I think it would have been cheaper to list all of them out. It's 3 things all in one, but they're all tied together. I watched over the winter break. I watched all 3. I mean, the winter break that's coming up, the one that happened.
Yep, it's going to happen.
Happening. I watched all 3 of the Persona 3 movies.
There's 3 of them.
There are 4 of them. And the 4th one is the last one, and that is coming in the summer. I don't know if any of you have watched these at all.
I found a place to watch them, so I'm going to watch them now.
Yeah,
'cause I couldn't find the first movie. The first movie's not on Netflix or Hulu, but they have the second movie.
The second movie is on Netflix.
And I'm like, what the hell? That doesn't make sense.
The first one was a little tricky to find, and the third one is near impossible to find, but I managed to find it. Those are like the best adaptation of a video game I've seen in like some kind of like video format, like movie, television, etc. Like I enjoyed the Persona 4 animation. They made some changes that I didn't agree with. Basically for both of these like adaptations, they had to give the main character some kind of context, some kind of personality, and give his own like arc, right? In the Persona 4 anime, it was more of an arc of like, I don't want this to end, and I'm afraid of what's going to happen when it does, which made sense. I just didn't. It didn't necessarily jive with me. I'm not saying it was bad. It just didn't work for me. And I think the format of the television show and just some of the choices they made, some worked really well, like the stuff they did with Risei. Some didn't for me. And I didn't watch the Golden anime, to be fair, so that could have been better.
The Golden anime is just the Golden editions. So Marie and some other the new stuff. It's not the complete anime over again.
Okay, that's why I thought. But Persona 3, since it's formatted like an hour and a half long movies, they had a bit more budget. They could do a little bit more crazy stuff with the basically the visuals. They kind of went nuts with it, and it moves at a brisk pace. Like as much as I enjoyed Persona 4, like taking the time to explore the social links and the extra stuff, it does kind of like the pacing is a little off in certain episodes. This one just fucking moves. And it like when I watched the first movie, I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna draw this out for 4, but the way they cover all the topics in really important ways is just excellent. Some of the moments, like the climax of Persona 3, like right at the end of the second movie, was like done so fucking well. Like it like fucked me up. Like it was really great. Like it was done better in this movie, just like
I
dramatically
bet.
wise, than it was in the game. And that's mostly because of kind of like the updated graphics and everything. Also, that art style just lends itself so well. Like
Yeah.
Persona 4 and Persona 3 have completely different art styles, even if it's just like subtle changes. Like someone is so familiar with both of them, they go way deep into the Persona 3 art style, and like the Persona styles and all that stuff. And it's so good. Like it is so cool to see that like older style brought to life.
So
And
go,
Justin.
go ahead. I was just gonna say I was curious because again, without spoiling them, if you can,
Mm-hmm.
where do each of the movies end? I mean, obviously, you said the second movie is what might happen there, and I'm like, okay, I think I know what that is just from those subtle
you
words. So.
the plot of Persona 3, correct?
Yeah, I beat it. Yeah.
So the second movie ends when a certain person dies,
Yep, that's what I
which
figured.
is kind of like the turning point for that story. The first movie ends. I'm trying to think. It's after Fuka. Yeah, it's pretty much after Fuka joins the group.
Okay.
And there's kind of like this new rekindled optimism with everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
And the second movie kind of starts with Aigis joining the group. And then the third movie ends on the bridge between Aigis and a certain other character,
Okay.
confronting each other. So it's pretty much setting up everything up for the final act of that story.
Okay.
And that movie is going to be in theaters this coming summer of 2016.
Cool.
But
Cool.
yeah, it's paced really well. They cover a lot of topics. The way they characterize the main character of basically he's an orphan who doesn't get attached to anyone because people in his life just die. Like it is something that I feel like you empathize a little bit with a little bit more while you're playing that game. The idea of that. Than you do with the idea of it not wanting to end Persona 4. Because I think in Persona 4 you really want to succeed as the player, but in Persona 3, like you want to, like the idea of him being an orphan and stuff is brought to the forefront a lot. So the way they characterize Makoto, which is the name they give him, is really well done. Makes a lot of sense for that story, and it feels less intrusive, I think. And the way they play with it is just excellent. It's just they're all around super great. They're gorgeous, like some of the best art and animation I've seen. Period. So highly recommended, especially if you like Persona 3. I think if you like it, you owe it to yourself to at least watch the first one and give it a shot. So there you
Cool.
go.
Yep, I'm definitely going to. I might actually wait till the fourth movie comes out and probably do like a 4-movie marathon or something.
I watched the first 2 back to back. I'm like, fuck. But luckily the third one was coming out like 2 weeks later, so then I watched that a couple weeks ago, and yeah, really good.
Cool, cool. So I guess that's me next for number one. This is no surprise. It should be no surprise at all.
Okay.
Digimon Adventure Try reunion. That was amazing. Watching it again, and I talked about this before, so I won't go too long. But I started watching that first episode, immediately had the biggest smile on my face. Like nostalgia just came by and just ran me over as I'm watching it, and I cannot wait for the second movie. I think it comes out in March or end of February of 2016, since that's a couple months off. So Crunchyroll is actually bringing them out like in episodes, which is weird. I don't know if that was the original point of them, was to be in episodes, but it's 4 episodes for the movie, and it definitely sets up for the crazy stuff that might happen in later movies. But if you like the original Digimon at all, Adventure 1 or Adventure 2, definitely need to check this out for nostalgia's sake and just to see kind of what happened with those characters later on.
If I haven't watched it in a long time, would I be able to jump into this and have a good time?
Yeah, no, you'll be fine. If you remember, for the most part, like the characters and kind of how their personalities were, yeah, you'll still like it. They kind of sum up a little bit, like very little of what happened. Not a lot, like maybe it's a sentence or two. But yeah, if you like Digimon at all, those first 2 seasons, you'll like it for sure.
Cool.
Yep.
Nep, in no particular order.
Your last
thing,
one.
a thing that you watched and liked.
Okay.
What?
Nep, are you alive?
Nep, are you okay?
Yeah. Okay. So I guess the other one to bring up would be Gatchaman Crowd's Insight. Because I'm basically cheating because we did watch the first season, but we did not watch the second season together, which is just fucking amazing. 'Cause, like it's a very smart series, and like the second season very much continues that because like it's basically like on the surface it kind of looks like a Sentai show, and then it has the mechanics of it, and then it's like the meat of the show is not even close to Sentai stuff. Like it's the meat and potatoes is basically just the message it gives you and like everything that it does and just what everything represents in the show, because it like pretty much nothing is wasted. There's really no wasted action anywhere. Like everything's for a purpose. Like just like season 1, like season 2 does it as well, and like the scale of season 2 is definitely bigger than season 1, and it very much feels just grander and better, and it's like talking about something different than season 1 was talking about, and it's just really amazing. And yeah, like this is a series I respect a lot because it was really something I picked mostly random. Like I saw it on sale for season 1, and it's like, yeah, sure, I'll pick it up. Then I watch it, and holy fuck. Like I have a lot of respect for this series, and season 2 just renews that respect, and that's basically it.
It is a pretty good anime, let me tell you guys. Guess who also really loved it?
Greg.
Yes.
Did I nail it?
He loves it.
I knew it. God damn it, Greg. Always lying to me about all the anime you love.
Yes, I think he loved it.
That's everybody.
Yep, that's our top RU anime.
Are you?
RU.
What about the anime we watched together? I mean, obviously, my favorite anime that we watched together was the Pokemon movie because it's the one that I suggested, and it's also the best one that we watched. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. But I think that's fair.
It is totally fair.
Justin, I can do it. Okay, it's gonna keep fucking it up.
Got it.
I did it, guys. I did it. Stop it. This Google Doc.
Oh.
And even though I only watched one other thing. My number 5 is the Digimon movie.
You suck.
Because it doesn't hold up as well as I would hope.
Get out. You're fired.
It's a great. Listen, I loved it, but not for the reasons they probably wanted me to like it.
All right, so I guess that means we should do ours, Nap, because he only has one.
Go, please, Justin. Tell me all these things that you loved.
So, are we gonna just go round robin again, or just go all through?
That would be your choice, leader.
I would just go all through.
All right.
We've talked about all these shows before, so.
True. So my number 5 is Gatchaman Crowds for what Nep said recently, so that makes that one quick. uh, my number 4 is Hellgirl. Mostly because now in the future, I
Because
plan
you know how
to
good it gets.
watch season 3, so it gets really good. The first season is most definitely set up, which I talked about before. And the 2 and 3 are definitely good. Not that I know or anything about season 3, but yeah, it's definitely a fun watch. The third one, which I'm so glad we watched it because it got me so hyped for all the other stuff I watched, uh, and that's Lupin the Third Part 1. Uh, I love Lupin. I love the movies. I watched a good amount of the movies, and with Part 4 coming out, or from what they said, I really wanted to at least watch it to get us in the mood for Lupin the Third if we wanted to watch that new season. And it didn't disappoint me. It felt old, but at the same time, it still felt like Lupin from the current ones and movies that we've seen. Number 2, also no surprise, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. For reasons I said before.
Wait, you like that show? I thought it was just Greg.
Oh, he loves it. That's a whole new kind of love.
Yeah, that's like a next level love.
It's the only love that Craig can give.
The full homo love.
Yeah, he full on man to man loves that, like, a lot.
And then my number 1 is Alex's number 5.
You know, to be fair, I did like the conversation that we had about the Digimon movie.
That was a great conversation.
It was a good talk.
Some would say it's the best part about the movie. But I mean, clearly it's no surprise. I love Digimon. So as soon as I was making my list, I'm like, what did we watch? Oh, Digimon the movie? Okay, well, we already know where that's going. Didn't even have to think about it, really. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I love Digimon, clearly. If I wasn't on this podcast right now, I'd probably be playing the game that's not out yet, Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
You know,
I got that early, like a couple months early, you know.
yeah, because you know your hot press badge.
Yep, it's because I'm secretly a member of Irrational Passions, and we know how irrational the passions are.
Those passions are. I will say on a recent episode of Rational Passions podcast, and by recent I mean when this episode goes out, recent.
In the future, like
in the future,
10 months from now, the Game of the Year show.
Yeah, we had somebody on that talked about that specific Digimon game that you might be referencing.
It's a pretty hot game, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know what he said, but he's a liar if it's not anything hot or hot piss.
He was a big Digimon fan. Still is. So
It's the hottest of games.
So he enjoyed it. You need to fucking chill. Okay. What about you, Mr. Knapp? What's your nap?
So I guess one will be Kanon. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a musical term. I honestly don't know how to pronounce it.
You know,
Like a cannon?
I'll get on the
wikis.
I'll get on the super sleuth over here.
Sure. Okay. And yeah, basically, like this is like probably like the turning point for the key titles in anime adaptation, because like this was this was a remake of the first adaptation of Kanon, which it basically does everything right with the series. Like it's like the building blocks of what future key anime are gonna be like. Like it's a little bit rough, but not too much. Like it really does everything right because it tugs at the heartstrings. It has a good plot. It's once again like, you know, it induces crying, and it really is the first of the ones that are that good, because the other earlier ones not so much. But yeah, it's like the beginning of the good saga of key anime.
This robot voice is telling me it's pronounced Kanon.
Kanon.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Kanon.
Thank you, Robot Voice.
Thank
Okay,
you.
and then
Google search robot voice.
2 would be Black Lagoon because this was always something in my backlog for the longest of times, and then it got picked, which I'm happy, and I got to watch it, and I knew I was gonna enjoy it, and yep, I totally enjoyed it. Like, it's a good little action series that like it's just a good little adventure into the adult world of uh, of what were they again?
Lagoon monsters? Like, I don't know. You tell me.
What was their
Dracula.
official title? Like, but well, basically the underworld. Anyway, that's basically what the setting
Demons.
is,
Demons.
and like it just does it well, and it's really good. And I should watch the OVA, which is staring at me because I bought it a long time ago. Oh god, I feel bad I haven't yet.
You
But
should.
yeah, it's a fantastic series. I enjoyed it. That's really all I need to say.
Cool.
Okay, and
Numero
then
4.
3 would be
Wait, 3?
Yeah, that was the second one. Remember when you talked
uh,
about Kanon? Dude,
Yeah,
come on.
so what was the first one?
Kanon, Black Lagoon.
Okay.
yeah, and 3 would be Gun Cross Sword. Like this was
Rub
a
your X's.
series I really didn't expect to like. Like I was really negative on it right from the beginning. Like I was like, I don't want to watch this. Fuck you, Greg.
And then you got to the swimsuit episode.
Well, it was before that, but
Were there a bunch of cute anime boys in swimsuits?
sure.
Wait, when are we talking about Free?
Yeah, are we talking about free again, guys?
But
Anyway.
basically, like it just like I don't know. At some point, it just really clicked with me, and I really started enjoying myself. I started enjoying the characters. I enjoyed the plot. I just like it hit me, and like I really started enjoying it, and like it's something I would like to rewatch one day. Like it's something that took me by surprise and made me like it because of it was just well done. Like I was surprised, and it's pretty good. I assume it's gonna hold the test of time. Like whenever I rewatch it, like because I don't really see any way for it to really deteriorate over time. Like I think it stands itself firmly and decently. Like it's pretty good stuff.
Cool.
But 4, I guess what to go with.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
really being random. I'm not favoriting any of them. I'm just picking something.
It's rude to pick favorites.
Okay. So I guess 4 would be Eden of the East. Like it's a very fantastic little series. Like it's very different. It's its own unique thing, and the TV show is pretty decent. Like I said before, the highlight is really the movies, but the TV show itself is pretty good. It's got its own storylines which are good. It's got its own characters that may or may not die, which are good.
Oh, heartbreaking.
And yeah, like it's a decent little romp, and it just grows bigger in scale in TV show. I mean, once it goes off the TV show, it grows bigger in scale. But yeah, the TV show it stands on its own. It's decent. It uh, I give it thumbs up. Like it's good. But I
But
guess
now we have to talk about the Digimon movie.
I
Because I remember you saying you just loved that movie so much. I know I'm just kidding, Nep. I'm just teasing you.
I guess for 5. Did I say JoJo yet?
No.
Okay, so yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure would be 5. Yeah, it's JoJo. We rant enough about it.
Bizarre.
I fucking
Bizarre.
love the first 3 episodes. I've rewatched those 3 episodes in specific more than any other parts of the anime, including Stardust Crusaders. Like, I really just love that story that it first starts with. I fucking love it, and it's just really a big highlight.
Okay,
It's
that's
pretty
awesome.
bizarre, let me tell
It's
you.
bizarre. It's an adventure, one might say.
There is adventures.
Um, I see that none of you put the Pokemon movie on your list, so I'm just gonna write that in to Greg's list 5 times. Oh no, you already
Too
wrote
late.
3 on all of them, so
Too late.
we're already covered.
Okay,
Um,
we could put Pokemon in like number 3 or something like that.
uh, but I'm glad that we had this talk. Even if Nep doesn't choose favorites, that's fine. Hey,
It's
you don't have
okay.
you don't have to pick
We'll choose
favorites.
for you.
We'll just talk about what we liked. Even though JoJo is clearly his favorite. Like, let's be real. It's okay, Nap. You can admit it to us. This is a safe place. We're your friends, okay? You can tell us anything. Even if it's that you hate Greg. um, that's it. That's all of it. So, anime of the year was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because
Pretty much, because Greg
Greg
loves it. That was
loves
his
it.
number 1 for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. I mean, that's probably what it would be, maybe.
Like we're speaking for him right now because we're such great friends. We know exactly what his favorite ever is in existence.
Absolutely. Like
Right.
it's pretty much telegraphed.
Like
Um,
his mind is speaking to us right now, and it's saying, "I love JoJo" over and over.
He's watching Stardust Crusaders right now.
yeah, it's the
That's
reason he
what he's
couldn't be
doing.
here. That and he hates us, I think, but in like a
A little bit of both, maybe.
really nice way. Yeah, I hope he's still not that he was ever watching to begin with, but I hope he's watching. Um, so that's the show. That's it. That's everything. Anime.
Yes.
Now
Now,
we
where
throw it
can
out.
they find us?
They can find us on the iTunes, rationalpassions.com. These are places where MupX posts. You can also find us individually, each on Twitter. I'm at Alfighter27. Nep is at Mr_Nep, and that's Mr. spelled out. And Justin is at the Sigma Omega. That's all one word for that.
An emphasis on the.
Emphasis on the.
The.
You can send us emails, be part of the conversation, talk about anime, tell us what you've been watching, anything. Mupxmail@gmail.com, all one word, MUPXMAIL@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out the podcast that I host, Rational Passions Podcast, the Big Brother podcast to the MupX in your
Little
life.
sister. The
Yeah.
Nanako to their you.
Yeah, to their Alex O'Neill, the name of the Persona 4 protagonist, as we all know. And you can follow
I
that.
play it.
You can follow this show on Twitter. Just get updates on when the show goes up and everything at Malicious Pod, and you can follow Irrational Passions at Irrational Pod. You see the synergy we had going there. Some other stuff, like I said, rate and review us on iTunes. It helps us out a lot. And tell your friends. If you got friends who like anime, we like anime a lot. We just talk about anime here. They could suggest something, watch some anime with us. We would really appreciate that. I love you guys. Next month we are watching. What is this? The something live action, but
Yeah,
Anohana.
I don't know. I thought we watched it before. I'm not sure. It's called like Anohana.
Anohana, the live action drama movie.
Yeah, there's a movie for it.
So we're gonna sit
Cry
down.
our eyes out again.
We're gonna strap in and cry together. And like I said, rationalpatch.com is where the MupX thing posts, so you can get the description for the show and everything there. So that's it. But that's not quite the end of the show. We will be back in just a little bit.
What the fuck is up with butt stuff?
Do you like my email? I just wanted Greg to feel like he was involved.
Fun stuff.
All right, I'm ready. Are we doing this? Am I reading
Next
this?
time. Yep.
Next time. All right, let's take a good read to this. A zombie invasion has taken over the world. Greg was the first to die and zombified. Of course, patient zero, Greg Blaney. With few options, the remaining crew fled to a school. Surprisingly, the school was outfitted with many basic needs to live. With no clear plan on what to do, they decided to get cozy and make the school building a home for them. But due to boredom, the Nepsifer OS, I think it is an operating system now, decides to conduct, take the S out there,
Oh shit.
school schedule for the other two. Planning out field trips of death, conducting the school club activities of death, and just giving them multiple choice tests of death. Will the malicious crew pass their zombie exams? Will they ever have to abandon the building? Will Greg be stuck as a zombie and be dead to us?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, no.
All right. Just gonna add some stuff here just to make it more funny.
Find out the schoolerific.
Oh shit.
In the schoolerific next schoolerific episode of Malicious Underground X.
Oh my god, really?
Yep.
He'll
All
be
right.
dead to us of death.
Of
Yep.
death.
I know that one doesn't make sense. You gotta keep it going.
Oh my god.
Ugh. Ugh.
I believe in you, Alex Senpai.
All right, I got this. I'm gonna mute you guys though, because you know I can't handle your giggling, especially you, Nep, with your adorable little giggle. Next time. All right, I'm warmed up. I got it. I've been burning. This has been burning in me for so long. Next time, guy, just needs to take over. Let me type this real quick. All right, I'm muting you now. All right. Hopefully I don't fuck this up as much as I did last time. Next time on Malicious Underground X, a zombie invasion is taking over the world. Greg was the first to die and zombified. With few options, the remaining crew fled to a school. Surprisingly, the school was outfitted with many basic needs to live. With no clear plan on what to do, they decided to get cozy and make the school building a home for them. But due to boredom, the Nepsifer OS decides to conduct a school schedule for the other two. Planning out field trips of death, conducting school club activities of death, and just giving them multiple choice tests of death. Will the malicious group pass their zombie exams of death? Will they ever have to abandon the building of death? Will Greg get stuck as a zombie and be dead to us of death? Find out in the next schoolerific episode of Malicious Underground X.
Oh fuck, that was a good addition.
The stupid of death at the last one was too stupid.
God,
really
yeah,
good.
exactly.
That was funny.
Oh god. That was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, that was
Me
fun.
too.
All right, titles.
Titless.
Titless.
Alright. Okay, titles. God damn it, I have to read these.
Yep,
Yeah, you
go
got
ahead.
Nerd Senpai invited me to the roof. Guess he is pretty easy. Notice me, Nep Senpai. This is a December podcast recorded on December.
On December.
Notice me, Alex Senpai. Goat Senpai name is Ba. Always on the yin yang. Greg loves JoJo. But seriously, fuck you, Greg. The full homo love. Thank you, Google Robot Voice.
These are good.
Oh, God
Alex, seriously, fuck you, Greg. Like, that's
I am tempted to agree with that one.
I was gonna say, did we ever do that before? I feel like that would have been a title already.
No.
No, we haven't.
Being the guy that writes them into the podcast post, no.
Okay.
And
I think that should be it, despite all the senpais.
We could just put in a picture of like Greg giving a thumbs up as the cover art.
That would be amazing.
But seriously,
All right.
fuck you, Greg.
So, well, obviously you have to say the title, Alex.
I think what we can do is I'll say the title and then I'll say, but seriously, fuck you, Greg, and then you both say seriously, fuck you, Greg. So we all just say it in
Oh my
succession.
god.
Well, how about we do it in 3? So you do it first. You say, but seriously, fuck you, Greg.
Yeah.
Then Nep say, no, seriously, fuck you, Greg. And then I go after that.
No, really, fuck you,
No,
Greg.
really, yeah.
Oh my god. Wow. Wow, this is really
This is great.
This is amazing.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep. I'll say the
This is
episode name, I
episode
guess.
32, right?
Yeah.
You're listening to Malicious Underground Podcast X, episode 32.
But seriously, fuck you, Greg.
No, seriously. Fuck you, Greg.
No, really, Greg. Fuck you.
Oh my god, wow.
And that's a wrap. You can stop recording now.
That is like the most meanest one we've ever done.
Yeah. Oh, he'll understand. We're gonna cut this video off. Bye, people. We love you watching.
We'll be